सहारा तेरा नाम, एक सहारा तेरा नाम, एक सहारा तेरा नाम, एक सहारा तेरा नाम, अचरन चरना चांदिक धाम, एक सहारा तेरा नाम, अशरण शरणा शांतिक धाम, एक सहारा तेरा नाम। सहारा तेरा नाम, एक सहारा तेरा नाम, एक सहारा तेरा नाम, एक सहारा तेरा नाम। अशरण शरणम शांति कथा, एक सहारा तेरा नाम। अशरण शरणम शांति कथा, एक सहारा तेरा नाम, एक सहारा तेरा नाम, एक सहारा तेरा नाम, एक सहारा तेरा नाम, एक सहारा तेरा नाम। अशरण शरणम शांति कथा, एक सहारा तेरा नाम।
Krishna Ladies and gentlemen, my Prem Namaste to you all. Thank you to the bhajan groups. Very soul-touching and meaningful bhajans being rendered that I'm sure has given you some kind of strength and courage and determination to bear the loss that we are faced with today. I'm just going to give you a little talk on Inder, and then we have two other little speakers, and I will call upon them, and then the bhajan group can carry on before the Pandit comes. Ladies and gentlemen, Inder Krishnapersadh was the second son of Mr. and Mrs. Krishnapersadh Sukhdev, you all know of Radial. He was born on the 19th of June 1945, which would have made him 77 years on the 19th of next month. And you would agree that that is a wonderful age for one of us, for us to actually achieve. He attended the Amal Sultan School in Avoca, and he has worked at many companies, but he's been mainly involved in the printing industry. And the major part of his work involved in Pinetown and Springfield Park. He married, to whom we know as Dan, in 1972, and Dan comes from the Mathura family from Tongat, and that is also a very well-known family in Tongat. Both Dan and Inder have 3 children. The first is Sanjay, who's married to Nidhi, and they have 2 children. And then we have Amisha, who is married to Pravesh, and they also have 2 children. And then we have Avash, who is married to Sharina, and they have 1 daughter. Inder retired from his work in the year 2004, and at that time he was at the age of 59 rather. He was at the age of 59 years. He's been to India on 2 occasions, and on each occasion they've had a wonderful trip, and he really loved the country. He always talked about it, and if he had a choice, he always said, I'd love to go back and live there. As an individual, we know him to be a very happy-go-lucky person, and when he talked of other people, he used the word, he said, these are dinkum-os, meaning wonderful guys, and he always had this outgoing personality, always talking good about the people, and he liked repairing motor cars, especially his own and that of his children. And one very important thing, and that is he made sure that his 3 children got the best education. Education is very important, and both Dan and Inder felt that their children must get the best of education, and the grandchildren, he's been taking very good care of them whenever the need arose to take them to school, take them to special classes and things like that. He was the one who was ready, he was the one that was at hand to get that done. And the other very important thing I must mention is that this is one family that is very, very united. The 3 children and their spouses and the grandchildren have always been at hand to help their parents. Both Inder and Dan never have any difficulty in any aspect, because these children and the grandchildren and their spouses were ready at hand to help whenever the need arose. Very united family and very dedicated as a unit, as a family unit. So I just hope I gave you a brief outline, but you might have your personal experiences, and this is a very important thing, that we are here on this planet in this particular lifetime. We don't know when we're going to leave this body, but when the people around us do leave the body will be cremated, but that person moves on. But those of us that remain, we have those pleasant memories to cherish. And I'm sure in the case of Krishnapersadh, most of you sitting here, you will have those wonderful memories that you will cherish for decades to come. I want to call upon Kerav to give you a little talk, followed by Jerusha, and after that, if Panditji is in readiness, otherwise the bhajan group will sing a few bhajans. Okay, Kerav, come through please.
Namaste everyone. I am Kairav Ramprasad, my Nana's grandchild. I've known my Nana for a very long time. He used to pick us up every day from school. I've spent at least 10 years with him for at least 2 hours every single day, Monday to Friday in the car. And I used to be the first one he used to pick up, and we used to wait for Jivaj and Trishul and Didi. And whenever we used to wait for him, he used to go to Checkers, and he made sure that he always used to buy us something. And I had a favorite biscuit that I liked. And my Nani, when we used to come home, my Nani always used to say, "See, Nana bought you the favorite biscuits." He did a lot for me and everyone else sitting here. And I cannot thank him enough for what he has done. I just pray that God takes him nicely and that he has an eternal peace forever. Thank you.
Namaste, family and friends. Today is indeed a sad day as we have lost someone who holds a very special place in our lives. I would like to take this opportunity to speak a little about Papa through my eyes. Papa was one who always went with the flow. He managed to seize every moment and make the most of it. He enjoyed the simple things in life. He enjoyed watching the birds in the tree, and he enjoyed washing his car to perfection. He took much pride in that. He also had a zeal for life, looking to seize every moment and make the most of it. Hard work, that personifies Papa, professionally and in his personal life. He took pride in his profession and was always busy on a project around the house. He was a very busy bee. Never one to procrastinate, always achieving what he set out to achieve and refining thereon. He was someone who was always able to manage the battle between his heart and his head, something I admire in him. I'm so certainly going to miss his storytelling. I'm sure each one of you have been subject to his narration of his experiences. Papa, thank you for helping us explore life, creating an amazing memories, being examples of humility, respect, strength, and courage. You didn't take much to heart, lived life on your own terms, worked hard to achieve your goals, accepted what you could not change, seized opportunities, and lived life to the fullest. Your legacy lives on in our memories that we share and the happiness and values you added to our lives. Rest well, Papa. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Alka and I am the grandchild of my Aja. I just want you to know, Aja, that your 5 grandchildren love you a lot. Although you have gone, we will always be together, and your spirit will live on in each one of us forever. I love the way that you would ask me every time you come to pick me up from school, any hills or valleys in school today. And when you would buy me bubblegum from top of the rock. Thank you for all the things that you did for your 5 grandchildren. May you rest in peace, but may your strength and love live on to our family. Have a safe journey to heaven. I miss you so much.
Hi, my name is Krishnapersadh. I'm my Nana's eldest granddaughter, and I would just like to say some few words about him. Every time when he used to come pick me up from school, and whenever I felt like I did bad in the test, I would always run in the car and start crying, and I would remember his words saying, "Don't worry about it, you'll be fine, you can always try again." And I'm so grateful to have spent my 21st birthday with Nana on Friday, and I'll never forget him. Thank you so much, Nana, for everything that you did, and I hope you rest well in heaven.
Jal
Om Hari Om Madhyamukha Om Pretasya Inderlall Krishnapersadh Pretatva Nipritva Uttam Lokta Praptam Om Vaidakam Karishyami Om Karyakarta Om Jivajnamasya Om Shrat Puja Om Pindadanam Pujanam Karishyami Ganga Yamuna Godavari Saraswati Jala Narmadaya Namo Namah Om Om Pavitresto Vaishnavyo Saviturvah Prasabha Utpunam Yachitrena Pavitrena Surya Rashmivi Tasyate Pavitra Pate Pavitra Kudas Yadkami Puneta Chitiyam Om Madhyamukha Kashyap Gotromukha Treta Krishna Inderlall Krishnapersadh Vrithi Sthani Shavanimmitau Brahmadevatau Va Eshate Pindo Maya Dhiyante Tapopatistatam अक्षय पुंडरीकाक्ष प्रेत मोक्ष प्रदो भवा गंगा यमुना गोदावरी सरस्वती जलदा नर्मदाया नमो नमः ओम पवित्रेस्तौ वैष्णव्यौ सवितुर्वः प्रसभौ पुनां यच्चित्रेण पवित्रेण सूर्यरश्मिभिः तस्य ते पवित्रपते पवित्रभूतस्य कामे पुनीतच्चिकेयम् ओम अद्यामुख कश्यप गोत्रमुख इंदरलाल कृष्णप्रसाद प्रेत द्वादशे पांठनिमितो विष्णुदेवतो वा एषते पिंडो मया दीयते तपोपतिस्तताम् ओम गंगा यमुना गोदावरी सरस्वती च जलदा नर्मदाया नमो नमः। ओम पवित्रे स्तौ वैष्णव्यौ सवितुर्वः प्रसव उत्पुनां यच्चित्रेण पवित्रेण सूर्यरश्मिभिः तस्य ते पवित्र पते पवित्र भूतस्य कामे पुनीतच्छिखेयम्। ओम अद्यामुख कश्यप गोत्रमुख इंदरलाल कृष्णप्रसाद प्रेत चत्वर केचर निमित्त येषते पिंडो मया दीयते तपोपतिस्तताम्। ओम अनादिनी धनो देवशंख चक्र गदाधर अक्षय पुंडरीकाक्ष प्रेत मोक्ष प्रदो भव। गंगा यमुना गोदावरी सरस्वती च जलदा नर्मदाया नमो नमः। ओम पवित्रे स्तौ वैष्णव्यौ सवितुर्वः प्रसव उत्पुनां यच्चित्रेण पवित्रेण सूर्यरश्मिभिः तस्य ते पवित्र पते पवित्र भूतस्य कामे पुनीतच्चिकेयम्। ओम अद्यामुख कश्यप गोत्रमुख इंदरलाल कृष्णप्रसाद प्रेत विश्रांतौ भूतनाम्ना रुद्र देवतौ वायशते पिंडो मया दीयते तपोपतिस्तताम्।
Dear immortal souls, we have assembled here today to bid farewell to Inderlall Krishnapersadh, a well-loved father, relative to many, friend, community member. Today, we pray to Bhagavan to receive the Atma of Inderlall ji. We know that this day, when the Atma leaves, it is known as the day of Mukti, the day of liberation. Because that is the day when the entrapment within the body comes to an end and the Atma is released. Family and friends should take solace that when the Atma is released from the body, the experiences of pain and pleasure disappear. Because the Atma automatically expands into its full vision and it is able to experience the astral side of life that is beyond the gross physical planet that we are experiences at the moment. This day is known as the Mahaprasthana, the day of great travel, the great journey. Even our forefathers and other family members have already traveled this path. The Atma would have traveled this path previously. But every time we are required to remind ourselves about this great journey that takes place. Bhagavan Sri Krishna regards this as the inevitable law of nature. For every birth, there will be death. And the wise grieves neither for the living nor the dead. Not because the wise doesn't experience sympathy or empathize with family and friends. It's because the wise knows that death is only an illusion. Because the body disintegrates and returns to the five elements that created it, but the Atma continues on its journey. So death is not really an end in itself, but rather a closure of just one chapter, and another chapter in the journey starts. One should note, family and friends, the ancient Vedic knowledge is very clear in its enunciation. In fact, modern science agrees with that. After the study of various what we call NDEs, case studies, near-death experiences, all agree with the Vedas that when the Atma releases from the body, it is attracted into a very peaceful, safe, an experience of total love. Unlike sometimes it described to instill fear. That is not how Vedantic literature describes that experience. The Atma is drawn towards this very powerful experience of love. One should note that today, as we bid farewell, show gratitude, salute the Atma of Inderlall ji. We recall the words of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Dehinosmin yata deha kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha deyantara prapti dhiryas tatrana muhyati. As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another experience at death. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. It's just like moving from one scene to the next. Na jayate mrityate va kadachinnayam bhutvaya bhavitavana bhuyah ajo nityah shashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. The soul is neither born nor does it ever die. Nor can we say it didn't exist at one point of time. The soul is without birth, that is the Atma, eternal, immortal and ageless. It is not destroyed when the body comes to an end, and the physical frame is returned to the Agni, which helps in distributing all the elements that brought the body into a form through which the Atma experienced life. When the allocated time comes to an end, we can have the best doctors, the greatest of chance. When the allocated time comes to an end, one will take the last breath and cross over to the next world. That is the precision with which and the order with which the universe works. So today, with great dignity, family and friends, we salute the Atma of Inderlall. Veda vinashinam nityam cha evanam janma vyayam katham sa purushaha partha kam dhatyati hanti kam. Krishna is explaining to Arjuna, who knows the Atma, the soul, to be imperishable, eternal, unborn, knows that they cannot really do any harm. It is just the experiences of the body and the mind. But the Atma remains unblemished as it crosses over. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vyahaya navani grihanati naroparani tatha sharirani vihaya jirnanyanyani sanyati navani dehi. As a person sheds worn out garments and puts on new ones, likewise at death the soul casts off a worn out body and continues on its journey according to its intensity of karma. Karma is an opportunity to go forward. As Hindus, we believe in evolution. So, when we come to a particular end in a chapter of life, then the Atma crosses over and it progresses to higher planes. There is no such thing that it retrogresses and you can be born as a lower entity. That is not true, because Hindus are very clear, and Bhagavan Sri Krishna explains this to Arjuna when he asks the question that why should I do all this when one day I'm going to leave this body, then I've wasted my time. And Krishna said, no, that is not true. You take off from where you left in your next birth. You'll always be moving forward. Evolution is an ancient idea of the Hindu Dharma that has been picked up by other scientists. One should understand and therefore take solace in this idea that the Atma had to leave. Let us salute the Atma as it crosses over to the next world. We know that grief will be there. But together with grief, we must accompany that with knowledge, keeping at the back of our mind that we know our dear departed is gone to a higher place, is gone on its journey which is required to. The Atma needs to go on. Om avyakto yama chintayo yam vikaryo yam uchyate tasmadevanam viditwayam nam nanushochita tum harasi. The soul is spoken of as invincible, or you can't even see it, inconceivable. To talk about the Atma is not the easiest, because the Atma is beyond description. It's unchangeable. You can only experience the Atma. Knowing this, one should not grieve, because the body was only an idea through which the Atma experienced life, and it continues with its journey. Jatasya hi dhruvam mrityu dhruvam janma mritasya cha tasmad parihartate na tam sochi setu maharasi. That is certain for one who has been born, and rebirth is inevitable. Not necessarily in this plane, but could be in other planes. And one who has died, this continues on the journey. Therefore, you should not lament over the inevitable. One should remember, because of the bond of love, family and friends, would meet again and the story of life starts again. One should note that life just doesn't end and one never hears or sees the person again. Because of our experience of forgetfulness, we may not remember. But I recall the near-death experiences very clearly states that when you go across and other family members who have crossed over, you are immediately able to recognize them. And they usher you into the next world. They are not alone. Family and friends, take solace in this. Remember that family, you'll often find that when a person is about to transmigrate to the next world, they often say that they can see members who have passed on surrounding them. So they are given this welcome into the next world with people who love them. When it is time again, in whatever experience, the story of life starts again. Family and friends cross paths again. That is not the end. That cannot be an end. That is only the road. Life is the traveler and the soul is the guide. So one should remember this, that when we do all these pratnas and pujas, it is meant to guide the Atma on its continued journey, and at the same time to give a psychological closure to those of us who are left behind, for us to be able to understand this process. Although we may have gone through such experiences before, but each time grief overwhelms us. It overtakes our mind. The near-death experiences have always borne testimony to this idea of love. Remember, there is no such difficult experiences for the Atma. Often you'll find somebody who will do that. And you get worried. There's no need to. Because the greatest story of literature is Vedantic knowledge, and they don't describe such beliefs. Regarded as one of the oldest of Dharma Shastras. Often a group of souls will sequentially incarnate in the same extended family. So that, for example, a grandson may be returned as the soul of the father in some story of life. Remember, when Lord Shiva was asked who was his father, he said, Brahma was my father. Then they asked him, who is your grandfather? He said, Vishnu is my grandfather. Then they asked him, who is your great-grandfather? He said, I am my great-grandfather. In other words, he came back as now the son. So that is how the soul goes to various experiences. Because of the bond of love, it draws us into the same family lineage. Let us join our palms and pray to Bhagwan to receive the Atma of our dear Krishnalal. May the Atma be received and guided towards the highest goal of attaining moksha. May family and friends gain fortitude and courage during this time of bereavement. Let us all chant the Ram mantra. Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. 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 When a person comes to a closure in a particular chapter of life, what does not leave him? The voice of the person goes into fire, his breath into wind, his eyes into the sun, his mind into the moon, his hearing into the quarters of the heavens, and body with the help of Agni, that is fire, and Jal, water, cheerfully goes back to Dharti. And the spirit soars up into the skies. That is when you become free. That is why it has often been said by our learned forebearers, our ancient gurus, that when we are born crying. But when we leave smiling. Because we know that we have now come to a closure of one chapter and the journey must continue. Pain and pleasure is left behind. And the Atma knows exactly what is happening on this side as well as the other side. We, because we are entrapped in the physical plane, we are only able to relate to the gross ideas of life. I'm going to request the family members, firstly those of you who didn't get an opportunity to pay your last respects, your pranams to the mortal form of our dear departed, you may come forward. As soon as we have completed that, I'm going to request family members to please come forward to offer your floral tributes and to have a little of a private time while the rest of us will chant the Maha Mantra. We're going to request all of you to stand. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. As birds are made to fly and rivers to run, so the soul to follow duty. So says the ancient Ramayana. We'll request family to offer your floral tributes. Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mritangamaya. May peace prevail in our world. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu, Sarvesham shantir bhavatu, Sarvesham purnam bhavatu, Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, Sarve santu niramaya, Sarve bhadrani pashyantu, Ma kashchit dukha bhavet. As the Atma transmigrates to the next world, we pray for the highest abode of peace. We will request the pallbearers to please come forward. We're going to ask family members to carry the casket on your shoulders as we proceed to the little antechamber. Our family and friends, due to COVID protocols, just a few members of the family will be accommodated into the little antechamber where the Antyeshti Sanskar will take place. The rest of us, according to the protocols of the venue, you can remain behind. Those of you who need to proceed on your onward journey, we want to take this opportunity on behalf of the family to thank you for standing beside them at this time of bereavement. Your messages of condolences, your floral tributes is greatly appreciated by the family. It is the time of need that when we come together as a community that helps families to be able to cross this difficult path. We pray to Bhagwan as the pallbearers come closer to the casket. Ram Naam Satya Hai, Satya Bolo. Ram Naam Satya Hai, Satya Bolo. Ram Naam Satya Hai, Satya Bolo. Request the bhajan group to sing the Ram mantra as we proceed to the antechamber.
Krishna